Here we go. Okay, so the morning of January 24th, we started talking about the Women's March and how incredible it was that they had managed to pull off this global movement that was just like a phenomenon. We couldn't quite grasp like the logistics of how anyone could make that how any group could make that happen. And then I said, you know, oh, but I would totally throw down for a science march. We should organize that. My exact words were, I can tell you, seems like it would be pretty easy, to be honest. Just reach out to academics at local universities. So, which is like the most spectacularly ignorant statement. You can like, seems like it would be pretty easy. It's like this will like go, this will be on my tombstone. So I emailed the person who had the Twitter handle, who's Jonathan Berman, one of the other co-chairs, and started emailing with him saying I wanted to tie everything together. And then in the midst of us having that kind of email conversation, it exploded on Twitter and went to, from like, you know, whatever it was, like 10, 50 followers to like 30,000. And it just kept growing and growing and growing. And it was kind of so dramatic that there was really no other choice but to like throw in. I happened to be off that morning, which is the only reason that I'm talking to you now instead of one of the other like hundreds of people who had this idea. My name is Caroline Weiberg. I'm one of the national co-chairs for the March for Science. The March for Science is a global movement that focuses on the role of science in society and the importance of having it inform the policy that shapes our present and future. There's 70 people in the core national group, all volunteers. No one's getting paid. No one is asked to be paid. It's just people dedicating their time because they're passionate about what the March stands for. And we have, I think, like 150 some odd partners now. And then there's the satellite cities, which we just crossed 490 satellite cities globally. It's a lot of moving parts that we're trying to keep together, all really remotely over the internet. Really just trying to pull everyone together and to make sure that everything kind of gels into the same place come April 22nd. You guys haven't met, right?
No! Internet. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Her hair is not purple pink in real life.
My name is Ayana Elizabeth Johnson, and I am co-director of partnerships for the March for Science. I'm a scientist. I am a marine biologist by training. So I really care about science because it's kind of like the way my brain works and a really foundational way that I interact with the world. I was just chatting with my mom last weekend, who was a civil rights activist. Both my parents were, and they were joking that they finally got their daughter to be an activist, but it's for science, which was not really what anyone expected would be necessary.
My name's Courtney Weber, and I am the social media co-lead for the March for Science. It's there, it's live. We've had 104 people donate just this week, which is really great. And then I just like how much people are still interacting with posts. I always worry for however many posts we get out that we're gonna eventually overwhelm people, but they're still very much interactive and engaged.
So I got these buttons in the mail today, and I showed the mailman the buttons, and he said, wow, those are really cool. Can I have one? And I said, well, it's for the March for Science. Do you know what that is? And he said, no. And I said, it's about facts, in support of facts and evidence-based policy making and the role of science in government and society. And he said, yeah, I'm super for facts. I mean, that sounds great. And I said, well, you can have one if you're going to march. So we'll see, hopefully he'll be there.
Day of the March, I will be sharing the really cool things that are happening.
We really focused on people with like a strong history of speaking out about science. So Bill Nye is the science communicator, making it accessible. Lydia is a really amazing example of like more basic publicly funded research that can change the entire course of medicine and the lives of millions with diabetes. And then Dr. Mona, who can speak about government attempts to silence science and the importance of citizen science. And those together as a unit, they represent everything that the March stands for. There's a power to kind of standing in a crowd with people who are standing behind the same thing that you are. And I'm hoping that that's what the March does. It sends that kind of message, like you're not alone. This is something that we're all gonna work on together. And that is a really powerful thing. So it's not necessarily April 22nd, it's what everyone does when they walk away. The Association of American Physicians just voted, over 83% of them voted to have them sponsor and endorse the March for Science.
Yes!